the incident that happened, very shameful, painful incident that happened in Nigeria, Lagos State, and it happened in Lekki, Admiralty Way. It is a toll gate where peaceful protesters gathered after going against all odds, the weather condition, the rain, the sunshine, and a lot of stress, aside some thugs being sent to disrupt. After overcoming all of this, finally, the governor of Lagos State decided to come up with a curfew, and they started, switched off the advert board at the toll gate, thereby bringing everywhere, kind of creating darkness, no electricity there, and the cameras, they claim, were taken off. And not too long afterwards, after then, it became night, and the military came and shot at them. A lot of people died. Military denied, and somehow they realized that there are certain video clips that people have stored, even though they claim these are photoshopped. Eventually, they said, well, they came out to enforce the curfew. Who is saying the truth and who is not saying the truth? The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, NNAMDI KANU, IPOB, is a very legit organization or a movement saying no to oppression. We want to secede. I do say that seceding from Nigeria or being indigenous to yourself, let's use that, is not the solution. It's just a step towards a solution. Let us be sincere. Breaking away is not the solution. It's just a step towards a solution. As you're going to break away with the rots, you're going to break away with the criminals, like the ones that attacked people during NSAS. It's not the politician that came out physically or their children. It's the same people who are mirror of the criminals in government that came out to attack. So you're going to break with that kind of people. You might say, don't worry, leave those people. I understand a lot of people want that break. But we should begin to look inwards and deal with these things now, before then. You don't think you will have a new nation and you're going to break up with those criminal politicians and break with the same people who will come to attack you when you're trying to grow. And you think it's going to be easy? It is not going to be easy. So that's why we need to begin to select and pick out and deal with the rot. So the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, like I said, it's a group that has been proscribed by the regime of Major General Muhammadu Buhari, and of course, certain groups of people in Biafra land, most especially the Igbos there, they came together, found a way to proscribe the group as they do not want progress. Now, NNAMDI KANU on Wednesday faulted claims by the army that the governor, Babajide SANWOLU of Lagos State, invited them to Lekki toll gate amid the NSAS protests. NNAMDI KANU alleged that Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired the president of Nigeria, popularly known to the members of the indigenous people of Biafra as Jubril al-Sudani, the imposter. He said that Muhammadu Buhari ordered the soldiers to kill protesters and not SANWOLU. SANWOLU is not the president. SANWOLU is not the chief commander of the armed forces. That call can only come from Buhari or the cabals around Buhari or the man who a lot of people claim makes money from that toll gate. And that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And he cannot give the order directly. He has to connect to the executive, and that is Buhari. And Buhari will somehow call on certain groups of, connect with whoever he wants to connect with to do what those army did. Now, the gunmen in military uniform at last week Tuesday stormed the Lekki toll gate and shot at peaceful protesters. The gunmen had killed some of the protesters during the crisis and claimed that none of that happened. Now, following the backlash, the 81st Division of the Nigerian Army had admitted that its soldiers, that soldiers were present at the scene of the protest but did not kill anybody. First, they said none of that was so. They said it was Photoshop. In a Senate climb, Brutai or the spokesperson and whoever presented this out to the people should have been sacked or imprisoned for coming out to lie after evidence has been shown, saying it shows that you are not in charge of the military. If you are in charge of the military, you cannot come out and say this is Photoshop. You should know, unless those military personnel or the division that did this, all of them have to be arrested and tried. Simply put, we have rogue army officers who can decide to come out to do whatever it is they want without any instruction, authority given to them. Is that the case? Come on, let us get out of this. What is going on here? Anyway, the division also disclosed that they stormed Lekki toll gate on the order of SANWOLU. However, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra described the claim of the military as false. In a tweet, NNAMDI KANU insisted that the governor was not the head of the military, the head of the army. He said nobody should believe HQ Nigerian Army claim that it was Jide SANWOLU that ordered for soldiers to be brought to Lekki. It's a brazen lie. Since when did governors become army commanders? Lekki massacre was ordered by the Fulanized Nigerian president and executed by a Fulanized army. Now, this is real. This is real. And none of that would have happened without certain saboteurs, bloodsuckers, who are from the south also. That is how these things work, just the same way they prescribe IPOB. It could never have happened without support from his own kinsmen, from the same people, the same tribe, same as this one too. I watched a video not so long ago and it touched me. Some military personnel picked certain people along Lekki axis, that is in Lagos State, Nigeria, Lagos Island. They packed a lot of people, picked them and put all of them in the bus, just as they normally do. Then they sent them to the police. The police, as you know, they put them out there, taking videos and pictures and acting like they're all criminals. How can you put people on video without showing full proof, evidence of the crime that they have committed? How can you put my face on the camera without evidence of the crime being tried in a court? It is not supposed to be, but that's the package that they come up with. That's a pattern. So this woman said, we were a lot of us women, about 40, but the Fulanese, the people from the north, because we don't even know the difference again, Fulani or Hausa, but the people from the north that are women in the same vicinity that we were all picked from, after speaking their language to the military personnel, they were released, but we have been kept for the past 6 days. That tells you that there's a lot of things that are going wrong. Many of these attacks are targeted towards Southerners. So I do not want to say it is not a Fulanized Nigerian government, federal government, and executed by a Fulanized army. I want to support this and I want to agree with this 100%. There is a lot of tribalism involved in this. The military cannot and will never take order from a governor unless confirmed by the military high command, which must initiate from the commander-in-chief.